Hello players, welcome to the Tech Jesters live stream. Come on in, relax, sit back, pants off. Well, pants are optional, as always. I am your Tech Jester, Buzzstringer. It's Sunday the 25th, when we've got tech news, we've got games and giveaways and absolutely zero respect for PR departments. The only embargo I honor is on dignity. Oh, and anything you might say may show up anything you say in the chat may show up on the screen. I say may, it probably will. And if it's deeply embarrassing, it'll be there twice. That's both a warning and a challenge. So sit back and sip whatever questionable liquid you happen to have nearby, and let's crank this up to 11. Or 50, 60 if we're using fake NVIDIA numbers. Hello, everyone. This is the sitting down portion where I will remain for the rest of the show. Okay, yes, that first section was pre-recorded, but like 5 minutes ago, and there's a very good reason. I only have one camera, so I have to move it. So when I'm sitting, you don't want to have to see all the camera movements and the shaky stuff. So you don't have to wait for me to set it up twice. Hi, Passion Projects. Hi, the Carrie B. We're all here today. This is excellent. So yeah, so the early people got that little stand-up bit. So you can think yourselves lucky and let me know what you think. Of course, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I've got the chat on screen right now. I will be reading the chat forever. Not forever, for as long as this live stream is. Okay, yeah. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. And as I said before, anything you say may get put on the screen, like this. Hey, it worked. Brilliant. Okay, awesome. So we can get started with the main news story for this week. So welcome to the cult of Jensen. Now, is this going to work? I'm still very new to this. This is only my second time. Okay, where is it? Did that work? Where's it gone? Of course, that didn't work. Let's put that back. Close enough. Why is it so big? Dooby-dooby-doo. This is a great start to the live stream. The best stream in the world. Britt Higgins, hello. I mispronounce everybody's names. I do apologize for that. But we are all here. So we are starting with the Gamers Nexus versus NVIDIA. So NVIDIA basically has been not very nice to reviewers. Oh, by the way, does the sound work okay? I can't tell. It looks okay on my thing. If it's bad, give me a shout. Well, if it's good, give me a shout. Otherwise, I'll never know. I'll be in sound limbo. Okay, so NVIDIA has not been very nice to reviewers, especially with the 5060 card, not letting them actually have it until it is in the shops or, available for retail. And withholding drivers and stuff, but they've always kind of done that. And Gamers Nexus have gone off. Thanks. Sounding good. Thanks, guys. And Gamers Nexus have gone off on NVIDIA. They went scorched earth, the RTX edition. They basically accuse NVIDIA of holding the media hostage. And I'm not going to play the video, but there is a 22-minute Gamers Nexus style rant of them calling out NVIDIA. So 20 minutes. I think there was perhaps a longer one. There was something else as well. All of their coverage kind of added up to about 40 minutes of them just going off at NVIDIA. So what have I got in my notes here? Yeah, so NVIDIA's dirty manipulation of reviews. What's happening is that NVIDIA are basically saying if you are not going to give our card a favorable review, if you don't expressly hit all of our talking points, then we're not going to send you any graphics cards anymore. Now, for the likes of Gamers Nexus, Linus Tech Tips, all the big guys, they could just buy a graphics card, right? That makes absolutely no difference to them. in terms of cost. But for the smaller guys who can't afford a £1,000 GPU or a £500, $500, depending where you are in the world, GPU, then that's then you're kind of holding them to ransom, especially if you can't get them before launch day. And that's a big thing because the reviews go up on launch day or before launch day, and that's how people get their information on what to buy, what graphics cards to buy. But if they are holding them back until after launch day, then consumers are going in completely blind, and that's kind of the point Gamers Nexus is making here. And NVIDIA have been doing it for a long, long time. This isn't anything new, so they went completely all out on them, and yeah. But also, Gamers Nexus is saying that this isn't about access to hardware necessarily. We can buy our own damn GPUs. That's what he said, and that's what I said. But they are also, and NVIDIA are also cutting off access to talking with engineers, the NVIDIA engineers. So basically, anybody who wants to ask any actual questions about tech and how their GPUs work have to go through NVIDIA's GPU department. Mentioned that the drivers are bad. We'll get to the drivers in a second. Yeah, so also Gamers Nexus is quite angry that every time they have a technical question, they're directed through NVIDIA's PR department. So, and not the engineers. And yeah, they're also withholding access to the engineers unless they media operations like NVIDIA, like Gamers Nexus and Linus and all the rest of them, unless they hit their talking points from NVIDIA, they're not going to give them access to the engineers. So it's like, oh, you like those guys? What if we took them away from you? Unless you lie for us. Yeah. So we do need people like Gamers Nexus to call these kind of things out. Yeah. So that's where Gamers Nexus is. Whether you love Gamers Nexus or you hate them, that's we kind of need them. That's where their strengths are. My strengths are in penis jokes, and theirs are in calling out bullshit for companies. But yeah, let's go back to the main screen, and we can bring up this chat message here. Mentioned the drivers are bad. Yes, NVIDIA's drivers have been absolutely terrible recently. Like across the board, they've been crashing. They seem to be fixing the newer GPUs faster, but 40 series and older, they're kind of, yeah, they're not rushing to fix the problems that they cause. So just paying for reviews then. That's kind of, yeah, that's it. So if you don't want to watch, well, I advise that you do go and watch Gamers Nexus's 20-minute rant. But that's kind of the point, that they are NVIDIA see this as a financial transaction, is what Steve from Gamers Nexus said. That if we give you a free GPU, we expect something in return. And that's no, that's not how a review works. Same thing they do in every industry. Yeah, it is a really big problem that they're withholding access to hardware and to engineers to actually give consumers a the right answers that they need. It's, yeah. Almost on time. Hello there, Schnitzel. Kosten Stoichev. I think I got that one right. Or close enough. Thanks. But yeah, we did a bit at the beginning, and you missed it. You have to watch it on the replay. I put a lot of effort into that. Well, as much effort as I usually do. There's which isn't, it is a lot. I do put a lot of effort in. Not just industry, but science. Yeah, this is a big problem. So we do. Well, we need a Gamers Net. We need a Steve in every single industry to call these companies out. But it's not going to stop if they keep. If people keep doing what they ask, then they're going to keep doing it. It kind of needs industry-wide change, which I don't think is going to happen. What else have I got on my notes about this? Threatening media access in exchange for favorable coverage. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, so it's kind of like they're pulling reverse Robin Hood, stealing integrity from the press to give it to the quarterly reports. Yeah. And the 5060 was just like the cherry on the top, not letting reviewers have it at all until it went on sale. Yeah, NVIDIA's not the best, unfortunately. But another story that's also not great. Isn't schnitzel crumb chicken? I don't know. I have had schnitzel. Um, I had it in Epcot in Disney World. I don't know if that counts as real schnitzel. Yes. But I don't know if it's just crumb chicken or if it's if it could, you could schnitzel any meats. You could, I don't know if you could have a schnitzel pork or who knows? Who knows what the schnitzel is? Okay, I will load up the next news story, which is almost as dystopian. If I can load the story, I can't load the story. Let's make that smaller. Let's. Okay, so we got a load of privacy notices on this web page, which is so battered slabbers meat, as far as I know. That's I would go with that. That was my nickname in college. Okay. Oh, so let's go to the next story. This was working before the stream, but now it's not. Okay, that worked, didn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so nearly half of streaming subscriptions are plans with ads. Oh, look what's down here, a little subscribe button. Go away. Okay, so yeah, streaming platforms are now basically digital cable with extra steps and a deeper hatred for your attention span. Remember when we all ditched cable to escape the ads? Well, joke's on us. Yeah, so basically the most popular, well, the most subscribed services are the ones with ads. Nearly half of all US streaming subs now have ads, which means that we're not just watching content. We're getting advertised to while being paid to be advertised to. Ah, yeah, yeah. That's like going to a brothel and getting handed a leaflet for abstinence. I don't know. Netflix ad tiers doubled the subscribers, and they saw that success and immediately decided to say fuck it with AI ads and interactive pause screen ads. Yeah, nothing says entertainment like a Trojan horse for, well, Trojans maybe. Yeah, cable used to be good value. Let's bring it back to the main screen so I can bring back the main screen. There we go. My slab of meat is still on the screen. Let's change that to tasty. Tasty. Okay. Yeah. So cable in the UK used to be fairly good value in like the late 80s, late 90s, early 2000s. I say good value. It was good value if you didn't like movies or sports. The actual package itself, if you didn't want movies or sports, wasn't too expensive, and you got a bunch of decent stuff. Okay, you did still get ads, but yeah, ads are everywhere. Yeah. So if you did, but now the streaming services are even more expensive than what those were. These streaming services just continue to get worse. Yeah. It's not that these people are choosing ad-supported services they're priced out of the normal stuff. But yeah, we used to we used to have Sky and cable, which was a mix of NTL and what is now Virgin cable. And yeah, it used to be an okay service, but the streamers come along and were better for a little while, and then completely destroyed it. So yeah, they're only going to get worse. I don't know anywhere possibly where we can get a better service. Let me just put my thinking cap on for the time being, and yeah, I don't know where we could possibly go other than the current streaming services. I hate ads. I'm gonna have to use the cough button. There we go. I hate ads. They make me more annoyed than at the products than anything. Yeah, I know. It makes you not want to buy stuff. Cable is not something we have here. Okay, yeah, yeah. Again, so American cable, British cable were similar-ish. American cable was better. British cable was halfway decent. We got a lot of the American stuff, but yeah, a lot of the world didn't really have that and kind of had basic or limited services. So streaming does open it up to the entire world, but it's it also opens up the ads to the entire world. You reckon there will be times? That's behind the thing. You reckon there will be times where instead of being chased by TV licensed twats, we'd have the stream police asking if we've disabled ads or something? I think we've got that already. YouTube is kind of it's not your typical streaming services like your Hulu or your Netflix, but but yeah, they're kind of got the ad police out already, haven't they? It's happening already. So, as I said, I don't know where else you could possibly go. She blows. I'm getting very hot in this hat. I'm getting very hot sitting in a suit, to be honest. But there we go. Yeah, it's more people are gonna start sailing the seas because of the ads. And like Gabe said, Gabe Newell from Valve, he said it's not a how did he phrase it? I'm gonna butcher this. He said piracy is never a piracy. He said piracy is a service problem. Basically, if the pirates are offering a better service than legitimate companies, then people will go to the pirates, which is exactly what's going to happen. But then there's going to be more people leave the networks. So then they're going to have to run more ads to make up for the people leaving, and then they're going to have more ads, and you have more people. Yeah. And then it's all going to come crashing down, and then we're going to have a new thing, streaming 2.0, which yeah, it'll be on the web 3.0 with the crypto brothers and probably run by Logan Paul. Okay, all right, let's get a game going just for fun. It's a little bit complicated, but we'll do a game and then we'll do a Patreon giveaway afterwards. Let's do the game. The game is 1 star. Give a 1-star Amazon star review to a game or a YouTuber or me. Give me a 1-star review. I got some examples. So for example, no instructions, got blown up by a green testicle, unplayable, Minecraft 1 star. Or doesn't he know that people only watch him for the sponsors? Half of him was not him not selling something. Complete waste of time. Linus Tech Tips 1 star. We can we can widen that a bit if you want to games. So I just read a comment that made me laugh. I'll put that up in a second. We can widen that a bit to games tech and anything you think of. Give a 1-star review to something. And if you're watching in the replay, drop it in the comments as well. But I'll leave it up there because it takes time to think and type about those things. It will turn into a whole nother stream if you start. It will turn into a whole other live if you start stripping. I don't think YouTube will like that. No. Yeah. I think we're on the wrong platform for that. But stripping what? We could strip some paint. We could strip 5 stars for the stripping. No, this is a 1-star review. Give me a 1 star. Didn't strip. There you go. Oh, okay. So we'll leave that up there for the time being. Okay, so what's going on with the channel? So you probably noticed that I'm doing shorter videos, which are a few minutes instead of the long video, and we 1 stars. Just difficult to take instruction. Yep. Story of my life, I think. Okay. Yeah, so we're doing I say we, like there's a whole team. There's a whole team of me. So I've been doing shorter videos which are a few minutes long rather than rather than a shorter videos, 3 centimeters or less. True story. We're not going to prove that hypothesis. So yeah, rather than long one, we're splitting up into three, and YouTube seems to like that better because we get 3 different titles, whereas the longer ones, I try to put the most interesting story first, and then have some other ones. The other ones sometimes have really funny bits in them, and that's why they're in there, and people don't sometimes get to see those. So having 3 titles kind of YouTube seems to like better, and we can get all the jokes and story and news out there. But what we did miss was the middle bit where I rambled like this incoherently for a few minutes. Those were some of my favorite bits where we read some comments and things like that. So that's what this is. This replaces the middle bit, hopefully. One star, 500 gigabyte SSD. Unfortunately, the straps are too tight and I'm a size D. Terrible service. Excellent. Oh, yeah. Well, I like 1 star. I enjoy the comment reading. Yeah, so do I. I love reading the comments, and I've got something coming up to do with comments in a bit, which is pretty cool. Yeah, words are difficult. Yeah, I miss reading the comments and doing the dad joke at the end, but YouTube favors the small videos, so that's where we are. I get more views on 3 short videos than the long one. Yeah, more views on the 3 short ones combined than the long one, and more watch time, and more subscribers, and more people coming back. So so this is our comment section. This is our nonsense section. Okay. I think everybody seems to be 1 starred out, so we can do a Patreon giveaway, and I will do the next story after that. Now, this is complicated for me, not for anybody else. Right, so giveaway is, where is the giveaway? It's there. I need to enable it, and I think we are good to go. Okay, there we go. So, Patreon giveaway for 2 months of free Patreon, free me for 2 months. Lucky you. If you've won in the past, that's fine. You'll just get another 2 months. So just type #me in the chat. You only have to just type it once. That's fine. Or you can spam it because that's funnier. And hopefully, yeah, well, hopefully this all works and your name gets put into the draw. So yeah, #me in the comments, and that will put you in the running for 2 months free Patreon. And whilst everybody is rushing to their keyboards to type that, I will load up the next story. Which is about YouTube and AI. Lucky us. I'm gonna put that one up. This is the wrong answer. Okay, we will leave that right. Okay, when I go over here, that little bit, I'm pointing with my mouse. You can't see that. This little bit disappears when I go over to the next screen. But don't worry, the draws are still coming in. Oh my goodness, this is awful. Look how many ads are on this. I'm having to use Edge, unfortunately, because I couldn't get Chrome to work with this week. Last week it was the last time it was Firefox, and this time I can't get Chrome to work with it. But in between the ads is an article, apparently, that says YouTube viewers are going to start seeing ads at the worst possible time thanks to Google's Gemini AI. Okay, let's just leave it on some text without some nonsense. Okay, there we go. So YouTube is using AI, Gemini AI. Yes, the same glitchy brainchild that Google can't tell Hitler from hipster, and the one that tells you to eat glue. That one. It's going to use Gemini AI to find the exact moment that you're emotionally vulnerable, and ram an ad up your attention span's ass. Yeah, this is awful. This is getting on my nerves. So we are going to go back to the main screen. Okay, there we go. So they are calling it peak point ads, and the goal is to hit you right after the most powerful moment in a video. So that's like marriage proposal. Straight after that, ads. The loved one dies in a vlog. Ads. A dramatic cliffhanger in a documentary. Boom, you guessed it. Now buy some dog food. It's it's all done with AI scanning video transcriptions and frames. So basically, we've taught AI to feel emotion just enough to exploit it for ad revenue. We skipped empathy and went straight for capitalism. Yeah, welcome to YouTube, where climax equals commercial. the ads are still flashing in the corner of my eye, so they're going to go away. Yeah. So what it is that is, you know, the little thing, the little wavy graph at the bottom of the yeah, it's so annoying. You're right, it is annoying. And I wanted this one. Keyboard sales will skyrocket. Think of the anger. Keyboard, yeah, the mouse is going across the room, straight into monitors. I mean, this could actually reignite hardware sales for everything. You're just going to smash everything. Hulk style. Why not? Okay. Yeah, so can I get it right on here? Yeah. So you get this little wavy bar at the bottom of YouTube videos that tell you the most interesting points, and then the huge dip when someone mentions their sponsor. So after the peak is where that they are going to start putting ads. So yeah, that's gross. The only way out of it is with YouTube Premium, which is take it or leave it. I have YouTube Premium because actually I use YouTube Music as well. That's actually not a bad price for both of those. But for the people who don't want YouTube Premium, it's pretty nasty, to be honest. And YouTube Premium isn't the best price in like all over the world. I don't think they do regional pricing very well. So yeah, so that's pretty gross. Touch wood, and I do. Nice. But but YouTube ads have never been an issue here on the plains of Africa. AdGuard ad blocker still works in Chrome. It does still work in Chrome. Oh, I've lost my chat window, but it won't do forever. And that's true across all of the Chromium browsers. I know they're updating different regions at different rates, possibly because they don't want to. They know that they would just lose people in that region if they block them from using it. But at some point, all across the world, it's going to be the same, unfortunately. And the way around it is where's my hat? The way around it is, well, you can't pirate YouTube. There are some apps, there are some third-party apps that allow you to bypass things. I'm not going to. I think it's against YouTube's terms of service to talk about them on a live stream, but you can. There are ways around it, which can be unsafe sometimes. But there's that. But also Firefox currently, which is what I love Firefox, is still allowing the use of ad blockers across the board. There's no restrictions with Firefox currently, and YouTube currently has no way to block them. However, they have no way to block them currently, which they might do. And speaking of bad AI stuff, Yeah, it's a little side story that I didn't actually prepare that much for. But on the 17th of June, Adobe is turning its already overpriced Creative Cloud All Apps into Creative Cloud Pro, which is very difficult to say, and it sounds like a scam because it is one. They're cranking up the price of all the Adobe suite because of AI. Um, they're adding AI features and increasing the price. Now, I brought this up because I wanted to talk about something that's not directly. I'll do the draw in a second. Just I'm going to ramble for a few minutes, and then we'll do the Patreon draw. If you're not in, I see there might be a couple more viewers. Type in "Pat Me" in the chat, and you'll be entered into the draw for 2 months worth of free Patreon. And as I said, if you won last time, we will extend it by 2 months. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of a bigger deal in general. Again, with all the subscription stuff, the deal was with software subscription. I love Firefox, but man, does their cross-platform, does their cross-device platform suck scallops. My phone's over there, but I'm not going to do it. But I actually had really been happy with the way that Firefox goes across my phone and the desktop. I haven't had many issues with it. It's actually worked better than Chrome for me across that. I don't know if you're on iOS. I'm on Android. It's been fantastic. There is some setup you have to do, and you do have to sign up for a Firefox account in order for it to sync nicely, which is unfortunate. But I've been really happy with it on my phone on Android. Where was I? Oh yeah, subscription services that are increasing in price. So the deal was with software subscription, instead of buying something and owning it once like you should. The deal was that you get a subscription and they constantly upgrade the features throughout the lifetime of your subscription. You're always getting new features, you're always getting the security updates, and that was the benefit of a subscription. You lose the right to own it once and forever, but it's constantly updated, and you can use it on as many devices as you like, typically. So we see that with Office 365, with the Adobe stuff, which is important for me because that's what I use to make these videos. But yeah, so that was the deal with software subscription. But now what they're doing is they're adding features and then increasing your subscription for it. No. The deal was, instead of buying it and owning it, we pay you forever and you update it forever. That was the deal. Yeah, but they're double dipping again. This is exactly the same as ads in streaming services that you pay for. Exactly the same kind of deal. Yeah. But those new features are expensive to implement. Yeah, that's why we're paying you now forever instead of just once. Yeah. Okay, rant over about that. But yeah, enshittification is what it is. It's where companies progressively get worse. 1-star review. I power washed the whole house. Okay, I'm gonna have to reread this. I power washed the whole house on the screen, but my house still looks the same. Oh, sometimes it is difficult for me to read things. Okay, and talk. Weird. So yeah, I decided to do a live stream. Fantastic. Now, we will do this Patreon giveaway. I will press the button to select a winner. And the winner is Kostan Stoichev. Okay, so now I have something complicated again. So this is a congratulations screen. No, that one. That one. Let's hide the 1-star for now. So, yeah. Don't worry about the random word. Just send an email with your YouTube username to stech@buzzstringer.com and I will reply with a code for Patreon. Congratulations! Yeah, don't worry about the random word stuff because, yeah, don't worry about it. It makes it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, so we will put that away and we will put that down there. There we go. And we can leave that up there, I think. Yay! Congratulations! Oh, you're in for a wild time. Okay, so the Patreon is now is a good time to talk about it. Patreon is sorry, I was reading the comments and got distracted. I need to be able to read and talk at the same time. It's a difficult thing. So the Patreon is extra. Typically, it's an extra news story. So those 3 short stories that I do most weeks. I didn't this week, but I'm doing a live stream with a bunch of stories. But those 3 short stories that I do each week, there's a 4th one that nobody ever sees apart from the people on Patreon, and that goes up there. And then there's going to be some early access to skits and the roasts when they get finished. They got there early, typically a week early before I put them on YouTube. But I need to finish them first. But hopefully you'll be in those 2 months where they go up. So congratulations! I will send an email to stech@buzzstringer.com, and I will send out send out the code after the stream, or tomorrow, depending on how long it takes me to set down. There's a lot of stuff. We got lights. We got more lights. You can't. Maybe I'll do it behind the scenes on the stream. But there's 2 lights there. There's 2 lights in front. There's a camera. There's a PC. So many cables and things to look at. What was the criteria for changing the channel name? Okay, interesting story. Well, it's a story. I'll let you decide if it's interesting. So Sexy Tech was the name of the channel name, and I changed it to Jester, which is for a couple of reasons. Number one, I wanted to. Well, the number one reason is that when you typed in Sexy Tech, my channel appeared next to things like Bluetooth dildos, which which may be fun, but not the kind of thing that I was doing. So there's that. YouTube didn't favor this search favorably and put me in with those kind of channels. So that was one reason. The other reason was I just wanted to do skits and roasts and other things, which are coming soon. And Sexy Tech kind of didn't fit the whole thing. So I'm the Tech Jester doing this. I'm the Tech Jester doing the roast, and I'm the Tech Jester hosting Sexy Tech, the weekly news show. So that's why it changed. Was that what you meant? But if that's not what you meant, ask again. But yeah, that's why we changed the name. It was for search reasons, and it was to make more sense for when I did different things. Obviously, all the same kind of style, but yeah. Looking forward to awesome voice break there. Looking forward to bin my pants and start patreoning. I look forward to it too. Okay. Where are we now? We are at news story 3, which is PlayStation is shutting down its All-Star program. And I know what you're thinking. What the hell is the Sony All-Star program? Because I had no idea until I read this either. Here we go. So the Sony is shutting down the current version of the PlayStation Stars Loyalty Rewards program that it launched in 2022. It let people obtain digital collectibles, which Sony described as digital representations of things PlayStation fans enjoy. So basically, NFTs before NFTs, except they were probably better. So there was another story that went with it. Hang on. I think it was this one. Sony blocks Russian accounts. Why did I put these together? And it is because Sony are shutting down. Yeah, it's Sony shutting down a lot of things. So they're shutting down the Russian PlayStation accounts. They're shutting down PlayStation Stars, and yeah, they don't seem to be doing a lot outside of the core gaming thing anymore. There was a reason why I put those together, and I've completely forgotten now. But never mind. Was the explanation of the channel change name the right thing? Did I well, it was, the answer was correct. Did I understand the question correctly? It is one. We can take off the 1 star now because we're going to start a new game soon. Where are we now? We are going to do anything like all-star programs, anything like Project Bluebeam. What's Project Bluebeam? I'm going to do a Google. Is this going to be bad? Do I want this in my search history? Do I? Okay, no, this is nothing bad. Okay, I don't think it was as bad as Project Bluebeam from the quick few words that I've read of it. This says that Project Bluebeam is an interesting story, so I will read that later before I make any judgment on it. Okay. Who owns a console here? So I do. Yeah, who owns consoles? So what consoles are you on? So we have well, there's a couple of PCs. So we've got the PC, main gaming PC in here. I'm pointing. You can't see, but I'm pointing anyway. So yeah, we've got the PC. We've got 2 PCs. We've got PlayStation 5 for stuff that can't go on PC, and a PlayStation 4 because that's still on the shelf, and a Switch, and some VR bits and pieces. But yeah, so the PS5 because it has exclusives that don't run on PC. That's the only reason we have it. And for GTA 6 now, because I'm not waiting a year to play that when it comes out on PC, I'm gonna have to hit the cough button. There we go. So yeah, PlayStation 5. I don't see the point in if you're going to have 2 things, I don't see the point in Xbox and PC because you can play all your PC games on Xbox. But there's oh my. I don't know why I just read that in the most in my head in the most British accent. Oh my. So yeah. Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah, yeah, you can play all your Xbox games on PC now, so there doesn't seem to be any point in owning an Xbox separately. But the Xbox console, this wasn't on my list. The Xbox handheld, the Xbox console is a console. The Xbox handheld may be partnering with Steam, as well as was it Asus, I think, to have the Steam storefront on there as well as the thing. It's just going to be a mini PC with Game Pass and Steam. That's all it's going to be. But they may be bringing Steam over to Xbox in some fashion, so you have all your games on Xbox. And so it's crazy. And PlayStation's left out of the party, but you'll still need to buy a PlayStation if you want those exclusives. Well, my first and only console was an Atari from 5000 BC. Yeah, the Ataris were awesome. And the Ataris were awesome as well. The band. So what? PC Master Race all the way. The only PlayStation thing I ever wanted was that silly phone with the slide-out gamepad. Guess who bought that? I bought that, and it was it was all right. It was it was pretty decent for the time, actually. Hang on, microphone is playing up. Yeah, it was pretty decent for the time. It was a just below top range Android phone, and it had a gamepad. It was pretty good. The joysticks were not very good. I still enjoy PlayStation. The PlayStation. We all enjoy the PlayStation. What, the phone? Or no, I don't have it anymore. That's long gone. That's long gone to e-waste. But at the time, there was also doing the controller grips, where you could just put in your own controller and grip your phone to it, and that worked actually a lot better than than the PlayStation phone. And it wasn't really a PlayStation phone because it wasn't. It technically was Sony, but at the time they were still hanging on. They were just coming off of Sony Ericsson, and it was still really Sony Ericsson with some PlayStation stuff slapped on it. So it didn't really count as PlayStation. I have PlayStation and Switch for consoles. So do I. I'm gonna leave this up here to confuse people. But yeah, no, the PlayStation, Switch, and PC I think is the best combination. And if you don't have a PC, then PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox. And if you just want to run the best, then PC. Okay, we are going to do the Comment Hall of Fame. Comment Hall of Fame. This is a new thing that I invented, and I can't find it. Where is the Comment Hall of Fame? There it is. That's too small for me to read. Brilliant. Let's see if I can make this bigger. So these are my Hey, there we go. So these are my favorite comments from the videos. At the risk of sounding ignorant, even though practice makes perfect, what happens to Windows 10 peeps after October? I don't want Windows 11's Copilot knowing my ins and outs. It knows more than the ins and outs. It knows it knows what's next to you as well. So what happens after Windows 10 in October is that it just stops getting security updates. Let's hide the Hall of Fame for a minute while I go through this. Yeah, it just stops getting security updates. So for the first few months, it's probably going to be absolutely fine. But then as time goes on, it's going to get less and less and less and less secure. So people are going to write viruses for it. People are going to write zero-day attacks for it, and Microsoft are going to do nothing to protect it. So you can get an old school antivirus, something like what's the good one that I used to use? I've forgotten what it's called. Bitdefender. Bitdefender, I think, is the one I used to use. That's a half decent one. Things like antiviruses like those will probably keep you safe, although there's no guarantees. So you'll still be able to use Windows 10 absolutely fine, but it won't be safe without some extra protection wrapped around it. And other companies may start soon dropping support for Windows 10 as well, just like Steam did with Windows 7. In a few years, it'll probably drop support for Windows 10. So nothing really happens. But you can pay for security updates. I think it's £30 or $30 for the first year, and then $60 for the next year, or something like that. It might start off cheaper, but basically it doubles every single year until you're poor. That's Yeah, it's not great if you want to stick with Windows 10. Copilot doesn't at the moment. Copilot is not switched on by default in Windows 11, but that's not to say it never will be. And you currently need special hardware to run Copilot at the moment. You need a special AI chip. So a lot of the mobile processors have the AI functionality built into the processors, and standard CPUs don't, but all the new CPUs will. And then, yeah, it's game over for Copilot for Windows 11. You see, sometimes I know stuff. Isn't that good? Okay, let's get back to the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame. So this was about. So this was about GTA 6 being delayed and your local Sammy and the car that explodes while you look at it wrong. Are they adding the Cybertruck? Is GTA 6 secretly an investment for Tesla? Who knows? I thought that was brilliant. And this is what started the Hall of Fame. So on Patreon somewhere, I'm gonna have a free page on Patreon. You can do free posts and stuff behind the paywall. So I'm gonna have a free one, a free thing that's constantly updated with the comment Hall of Fame. And the next one is passion projects. Right here. I'm gonna try and read this as it is. So this is from the video where Google was trying to get AI to talk to dolphins. There's what are those for those hard to reach or places in the depths of my soul? Slip of the tongue nose. I like that one. It's in the Hall of Fame. And this is Mazak, no pantaloons. What made me laugh about this one was that Google offers a translation, and when you click translate, it says no pants, which is exactly what it says here. But I found that funny. Small things amuse me. Okay, and the next one is. And this was a 23andMe stealing your DNA, and that's gotten a lot worse. Not only did they go bankrupt and kind of have to find, all your DNA is just available to the highest bidder. The highest bidder was a pharmaceutical company. Fantastic. So yeah, welcome to the dystopian future. I was trolling you, no pants. No pants. Old man's eye on this one said, "Hey Buzz, your new chair was perfect," and everyone is going, "What the fuck? How does he know?" This episode had me wetting myself. Nice job, bud. Yeah, sometimes my videos do cause incontinence, so sorry about that. But we did a test stream. The very first Tech Jester stream was me setting up all these lights that you can't see, and I got a new chair for sitting down and reading the comments at the end of the videos, and then immediately stopped after that. So this one goes in the Hall of Fame as well. These are all Hall of Fames because it's the Hall of Fame section. And this one was on the Xbox prices. Oh yeah, Xbox increasing their price. That video, fantastic. First comment for the algo boost. Now David Watson always leaves a comment for the algo boost. So one of them is going in to the Hall of Fame. Not all of them, because there's one on every video, or almost every video. And then he did this one. Value, I think they mean shareholder value. Yeah, they're not, and that made me laugh as well. So, yeah. But the thing is, people make jokes in the comments that I could have used in the video. So I wrote, please submit all jokes 2 to 3 days before video is published so I can use them. Very important to hop in a time machine and give me the jokes. Oh yeah, and this one was about Nintendo. When Nintendo updated their terms of service to let them brick your Switch too. So, well, all the other console manufacturers already have this in their terms of service, but Nintendo was feeling left out, and they decided to add it. But the comment from all hands on Steam Deck, this video was epic and I loved it, had to sub. I like it when, obviously I like it when everybody comments, but when new people see it for the first time, I often think, what do people think when they see this for the first time? Well, that person liked it, so that's good. And Toasted Meat, this was on the PlayStation 6 Portable, which is worse than a PlayStation 5 Pro, but not worse than the PlayStation Standard, or something like that. It was, yeah, Limp Station 6. That's in the Hall of Fame. And the worst web browser ever was one that takes more data from you than Copilot. Only 26 likes, and after 8 days up, how is this possible? The algorithm is not pulling this video for some reason I can't understand. / sarcasm. It's a mystery. It's a total mystery. Yeah, it's weird whenever I talk negative about YouTube or Google that those videos don't do well. It can't be me. It must be Google. Okay. Well, I've had a lot of talking, so what we're going to do. We have got one more story, but before that story, we are going to do another game, and this game is one that I stole from Reddit because it's the internet and we steal things here. It's called Let's Ruin a Game, and we are going to take a famous game and replace one word with balls. For example, Metal Built Balls Solid or Left for Balls. I'll let you go. As many as you like. Ruin a game with balls, and I will hide the Hall of Fame comments. So while you're ruining games, we have got one more Patreon to give away, and a T-shirt. This T-shirt to give away. This one. Well, not this exact one, because this is my one. And yeah. Oh, microphone cable is coming out. But yeah, one exactly like this one. First. Yep, it's not that kind of stream. Counter-Strike. Balls Offensive. Balls Tycoon. I mean, you could just have the other one, which is just balls for games with one word. Yeah. Crash Balls. Wait, what kind of games? Well, I was thinking video games, but you could have just balls. Or you could have, what's it? Balls Against Humanity, I suppose. You could have exploding balls. What else could there be? Super Mario Balls. Pack Balls. Balls Man. Super Mega Balls. Nightmare Balls. Ready to Rumble Balls. What games do I have? Animal Balls. Pokeballs. Nah, that doesn't count. Ballsmon. Balls Raider. That's good. Also a brilliant soundtrack that loops every 30 seconds. Balls Crossing. Need for Seed is very clever. Very clever. Sims 4 Balls expansion pack. Balls Theft Auto. Red Dead Balls, yeah. I'm gonna peek over at my games collection. Spider balls. Sack balls. Little big balls. Okay. Okay, should we do the let's do the giveaway. With all this ball talk, I could have set up the giveaway in that time, couldn't I? But I'm not that efficient. What was the word I was going to use? I am typing out some words. That is reset. Half balls too. Oh, that's over there. Okay, giveaway. Oh no, it's under the balls. There we go. Patreon giveaway number 2. Type best stream. And you could win 2 months of Patreon. And keep going with the balls. I know I moved it out of the way, but there's only so much space on the screen. But keep going with the balls. Star balls. X balls. Wii balls. Ball sports. Ball sports. I shouldn't make myself laugh. That's bad. Crazy balls. Balls taxi. Oh dear. This is a good stream. Yep, so Patreon giveaway is live. Type best stream in the chat to have another chance. You can enter twice, that's fine. And then you'll get 4 months if you win twice. And I will queue up the next story while we do that. Which is all about VPNs, and I'm not selling a VPN like everyone else. I'd hail that taxi. Best stream. Best stream is the word to use to get in the Patreon giveaway. Also, you can enter more than once. It's fine if you win twice because we're a small little stream here, so it's fine. It's cool. Best stream. And I was firing up the next story. Okay, we will draw the next Patreon giveaway in one minute. We'll go over to this. It worked. It's a miracle. Okay. Oh, ads all over the place. Okay, so in Switzerland, the land of chocolate, neutrality, and secret bank accounts, it is now beta testing Big Brother Alpine Edition. There's some more balls coming in. I'll put them on the screen when we come back. When I switch the thing back over. Okay, so a new law would force VPNs and messaging apps to log and retain user data, and that includes this one right here, this Proton, which is supposed to be very secure. Yes, so even in Switzerland, they want to monitor and log, retain all user data. There's a country with a similar setup to this, and it's called Russia. Coincidence? I think not. But this is Proton CEO Andy Yen, and he's basically said we'd have less privacy than Google. We're out. So he doesn't want this. Of course, being a privacy-first company, he doesn't. Yeah, Switzerland looked at Russia and said, "Yeah, we'll have what she's having, but with fondue." Yeah, soon we're going to need a VPN to access a VPN. Hopefully, nothing will come of this, and everyone will go back to how they were. But Proton is a VPN company based in Switzerland, where they have really good privacy laws, and we're running out of places in the world where we can have privacy. Let's go back to the main one. Okay. So, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about VPN companies being forced to give over user data? I mean, if they leave Switzerland, there's not a lot of Fondant. Brilliant. Yeah, Fondant. Yeah, there's not a lot of places left in the world where privacy is on by default. Balls combat. Oh, that sounds like I think I've seen that video online. Disney Balls Valley. Okay, we are going to hit the draw button, select a winner. Kostan Stoichev, you've won another 2 months. Lucky you, congratulations. 4 whole months. I might actually post the roast in that time, so lucky you. No, hopefully the roast will be coming very soon. So we're going to do Marquez. Nearly finished writing that. I wanted to get that quite good. And then the next one after that, which I'm sort of halfway through writing, I've got some notes, is going to be Bill Gates. And then we'll take a vote on the one after. Oh, and people on the Patreon get special voting powers, which means every vote that you do on Patreon counts as 3 votes as the polls that I put on YouTube. Okay. I think we are coming to the end of the stream. So we're going to give away the t-shirt very shortly. Do you know that the messaging app WeChat or something that is used in Japan, where they do everything on it, payments, chat, how does that work in terms of privacy? WeChat, yeah, is an Asian. Well, we've got it here as well. We're very popular in the Asian countries, as you said, Japan, China. I don't know how well that works in terms of privacy. Obviously, when it's used in China, you've got no privacy. You've got nothing in China, other than a lifetime's worth of work. But yeah, I will have a look at WeChat because I'm not sure how the privacy functions on things like that. But yeah, the more things that you put into a single app, the easier it is to steal all of that information. Unfortunately, they even have their IDs. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of that in. I don't know about Japan, but definitely in China. There's a lot of that stuff. And there's some kind of no, I can't remember which country it is, but there's I think it is China, where there's a social ranking system where if you owe somebody money or something like that, your social rank goes down. If you lend a lot of money, your social rank goes up, and you can't. Some people don't want to mix with different social ranks. It's really bizarre. Worse than the British class system, which doesn't really exist anymore. All you've got now is poor and not poor, or rich. That's it. That's the British class system. And that's what it's kind of divulged into. You used to have 3. Winner, winner, no dinner. No, do spam. I like the chat. It's good. It's good. It's not spamming if it's interesting. And I find all of this interesting. Winner, winner, no dinner. Okay, yeah. Congrats. Spam is healthy in moderate amounts. Yeah. Yeah, for the rest of the world, the British class system used to have lower class middle class and upper class. And then your lower class or your working class was people who worked in like the factories and the mines all day, and then you had the middle class, which was like your office based people who did marketing and officey things. And then you had your upper class people, which were all these speak all like this, and yeah, sure, they'll take one. The Cambridge is where blah 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 blah. And you can't understand the word they're saying. That was the upper class, and now it's just all divided. Poor and billionaires. Yeah, billionaire takeover. Fresh young meat heading your way. That wasn't French. That was the hotty toffee stuff. That was yeah, there's your Churchill. We'll do it with accent. That's better. That's not French, is it? That's as close to Churchill as I can get without hurting my throat. Right. Okay. What's left on the list to do? Oh, we got some good news. Okay. So this is from Linus Tech Tips. Linus calculates the most accurate value of pi. We're going to go. Oh, of course. Why? Why? I don't get it. No, not that one. This one. You can't see my face. Bizarre. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Yep. So the most accurate value of pi is now Linus's world record. I got most of the words right, just in a completely wrong order. Okay, so Linus holds the world record for calculating the most digits of pi. I think it was, what's that? 300 trillion digits of pi, and it took them 226 days to complete. I thought that was some good news to almost finish a stream with. I found that interesting anyway, because sometimes Linus does do some good things. Okay, back to the main one. It's not French; it's a condition, and we don't body or brain shame here. I mean, unless we do. You can brain shame me because sometimes the words don't work, so that's fine. But no, yeah, we don't body shame. We don't brain shame. We don't kink shame either. There's no, as you can probably tell, there's no shame here. Yeah. Okay, so I've said that. I've said okay, so quite a lot towards the end. I planned for an hour, and we've done an hour and 15, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I think we are coming to a natural end of this stream. Unless there's any other questions anybody has for me, I will start the big giveaway, which is that needs to be hidden first. Which is the big T-shirt win for everybody. See, when I redo these competitions, these giveaways, I have to retype everything in the program. It won't let me set up more than one. T-shirt giveaway. Okay, I'm just going to do that because it's taking me too long to type the word. There we go. That's that. That's reset. And we are going to run it. Type thirsty with an F to be entered into the T-shirt giveaway. This T-shirt, I'll stand up and show you the T-shirt. Too much. It's never too much. Here is the T-shirt. I've been sitting down for far too long. Where are we? Rusty, baby. Okay, yep, there we go. Thirsty. Yeah, it's working. We've got 2 entries so far. Keep going. Oh, and Passion Projects has mocked up a new T-shirt on the Patreon. Looks pretty. I only had a quick look because I was setting things up. From what I saw, it looked pretty awesome. I'll have a further look at that after the stream ends. Passion Projects is awesome at graphic design. Incredible. As you can tell, I'm not. Okay, we are getting. Okay, guys, we are going to hit the draw button, and I think I've covered everything I want to cover on my little notes. Yep, so we're good. We are going to hit the draw button. Good luck, everybody. We've got 3 seconds to get in before I press the button. Where's the button? You might have a bit longer because I can't find the button. Here we go. Draw time. Every time. Well done. Congratulations. You've been so lucky tonight. You got 4 months of Patreon and a T-shirt. Incredible. Congratulations. Well done. So, yep, send an email with where are we? I'll put this over my face. Is this the face one? That's not the face one. This is the face one. Send an email with your YouTube username to stech@buzzstringer.com, and I will reply to that email with how you can claim the T-shirt and the Patreon codes. So congratulations. Well done. It's going to be exciting to send that off. So we are going to wrap up the stream. I'm going to put it down in a little corner like that. We've got 2 of them again. I'm great at this. Okay, yeah, don't worry about the special word. Just send an email with your YouTube username and I will reply to that email. Let's take off. Can I move that? Oh yeah, there we go. Well, that's better, isn't it? Why didn't I put that there? I don't know. Congratulations! So I'm going to start signing off. If there's anything you need to desperately ask me or anything else, let me know right now because your opportunity is fading. What's for dinner? It's 10 p.m. here. 20 past 10 here. We've had dinner. We had sausage rolls for dinner. Yep, have a lovely night. You too. I was trying to think of something really funny and clever to say to that, but I ended with you too. Yes, why no pants? Well, the stream's going to come off, and so are my pants. Have a lovely night. Have a lovely night, everybody. I am going to leave that up there and say good night from the well, it may not be night, but enjoy the rest of your Sunday if you've still got some of that left, and if you're going to bed like I am, good night, everybody. Okay, have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will see you in the next videos and on Patreon. Okay. Here we go. Night. Thank you. My second live stream attendance. Guess what? Mine too. Oh no, it's my third. I do apologize. Yeah. Thank you so much. Night. Yeah. It's a fantastic end. Bye, everybody. We are going to end the show. Have a good night.